Here's the latest from Ukraine. Overnight into Tuesday, Russia launched 315 drones at Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said this was one of the largest attacks on the capital Kyiv, as officials said a maternity ward in the southern port city of Odessa had been hit. Let's go to our correspondent in Ukraine, who's in a rather exposed position right now. You can see debris falling from the sky behind him there. You've got people running for cover. What's the latest where you are, Lucas? Well, the debris that you just saw falling from the sky there, it's actually from a Russian drone that was shot down. It was heading in the direction of the airport. But as you can see, these things are not very precise. They like to saturate the area with these drones, hoping that some will get through. And in this case, one of them did get through, hit a private residential building, set fire to it. The residents had to run for their lives. Some people were injured. We don't have any fatalities at this stage. But you know, this is what happens when you have an unprovoked war on your hands and Russia is trying to take it out on civilian areas. I mean, the Russians, they claim to have paused their strikes on civilian targets. Well, if that's true, why are we seeing this footage here of burning apartment blocks in Kyiv? Why were 315 drones launched overnight, many of them heading in the direction of Kyiv? Is this not a civilian area? This is what the Russians do. They launch these massive strikes, hoping to overwhelm Ukraine's air defenses, hoping that they can cause as much damage as possible before those air defenses are fully operational. The other area that they hit overnight was Odessa. Now, as I mentioned, a maternity ward was hit there. Thankfully, according to the Ukrainian Health Ministry, all of the babies and their mothers were evacuated from that maternity ward in time. But Russia has a track record of hitting civilian infrastructure. We've seen hospitals hit in this war. We've seen schools hit. We've seen civilian apartment blocks hit. Unfortunately, Russia doesn't seem to care about what they hit as long as they can cause damage and take out as many Ukrainian soldiers as they can. Yeah, Lucas, just to interrupt you there. We're also getting some footage from Kyiv as well, where there's a large fire after a drone impact. Looks like some residential buildings or an apartment complex there is on fire after being hit by a Russian drone. Just to get an idea of what's happening, because we've got a lot of footage coming in from different angles, but it's hard to know exactly where it is. Can you tell us, Lucas, whereabouts in Kyiv this is happening? Yeah, it's hard to say exactly where it is. But as you can see, the smoke rising from this fire is very close to the airport, so it's possible that the drone may have hit something near the airport. Again, these things are not very precise. Russia likes to send them in large numbers so that they can cause maximum damage. But needless to say, this is not going to end well for the person or persons who organized this, because Ukraine has some pretty robust air defenses, and they will be held accountable for every single one of these drones that was sent Ukraine way overnight. All right, Lucas, thanks very much. Appreciate you staying in that very dangerous position. We'll get you out of there soon.